Hello, my dear students. This is Payal ma'am here. So, I've come back with yet another video of this chapter, food, and this is the second part of the chapter. In the previous video, we have already covered up the energy giving food and the bodybuilding food. So, in this video, we are going to cover up the protective foods and other essential elements, and also we are going to cover up the question and answers of this chapter. So without any further ado, let us begin with this video. So today as I said, we are going to discuss about the protective foods. So we have studied in the previous video the 5 essential nutrients, found in the food that we consume, and carbohydrates and fats are under the category of your energy giving food because they give us energy. The proteins are considered to be bodybuilding food because they help in building our muscles and help us to grow. Now we are moving on with the protective foods, and under protective foods there are basically the 2 nutrients, which are the vitamins and minerals. Now remember children, vitamins and minerals are required by our body in small quantity, not as much as we can eat the proteins and the carbohydrates and fats. They are required in a limited quantity by our body. A little quantity will do enough for our body. So the vitamins and minerals are the nutrients which protect our body from diseases and keeps us healthy. Now since they protect us from diseases and keep us healthy, and that's why the foodstuffs containing the vitamins and minerals are called as protective foods, because protective foods means they protect us from diseases. So in the recent times you would have already noticed that since we are facing the pandemic, that is coronavirus, so that's why you would have seen that people are consuming more of vitamin C rich food. Now vitamin C rich foods boosts or it enhances our immunity system so that we can fight against this deadly virus. So that's why vitamins are categorized as the protective foods. Now there are certain main vitamins found in our food, and what are they? They are vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, E and K. So these are the main vitamins which are found in our food. Now we are going to see here only a few vitamins. You are going to learn all the other vitamins and the other minerals in your higher classes, but here we are going to consider only a few. We are going to see the sources of these vitamins. Sources means from where do we derive these vitamins and their functions in our body. So first we will start with vitamin A, and the sources, the food from which we get vitamin A are spinach, carrot, milk, butter, eggs, yellow fruits, means the fruits which have the yellow skin, yellow, orange, reddish. So those fruits contain vitamin A, like your mango and papaya. And the functions of vitamin A are, it is necessary for our good eyesight. So if you eat more of vitamin rich food, it is going to help in improving your eyesight. So that's why people who have very high power spectacles, they are recommended to drink more of carrot juice. Have you seen the cartoon character Bugs Bunny? He often eats or chews the carrots. So like that only you need to also consume the carrots if you have a high power spectacle, because the carrot juice contains lot of vitamin A. So if you have lot of foods containing vitamin A, that is going to help to improve your eyesight. And it is going to give you healthy skin. So if you want a radiant glowing skin, so vitamin A is what you're going to take. Now next we are going to proceed on with vitamin B, and the sources of vitamin B are green leafy vegetables, soya bean, milk, bean and peas. And the functions of this vitamin B is, again it is required for healthy skin and for the proper functioning of the nerves. Now children, what are nerves? So nerves are rising from the brain and they are extending throughout the body. Okay, so that's why whatever messages are given by the brain, it reaches throughout our body through these nerves. So whatever information the brain has to conduct or send to our different body parts, it is through these nerves. And for the proper functioning of these nerves, we need which vitamin? We need vitamin B. Now we are going to proceed on with vitamin C. And the sources of vitamin C are orange, lemon, amla, tomato, green vegetables. Okay, and this vitamin C is what you're going to consume nowadays also. Okay, because it is going to help to boost your immunity, like I've already told you. And the functions of this vitamin C is it is needed for proper functioning of blood vessels. Now what are blood vessels? Blood vessels are the pipes which carry the blood from the heart. Okay, or they also carry back to the heart. Okay, so they carry blood to and fro from the heart and they supply it all over the body. Okay, so for the proper functioning of the blood vessels, we need vitamin C, and for keeping our gums healthy and healing of wounds. Now, if you don't consume vitamin C more, what is going to happen is your gums will start bleeding. People who are deficient of vitamin C, deficiency means who lack vitamin C in their body, their gums start bleeding, as you can see here in this picture. So as you can see here, the gums of this person has started bleeding. Okay, so see, this is the normal gums. This is how your gums must be. And if you don't consume more of vitamin C rich food, then this is going to be the condition of your gums. Your gums are going to eventually bleed. And this type of symptom was seen in the sailors. Okay, now sailors are the people who used to travel in the ships. So in the earlier times, in the earlier days, the sailors, they stay on the ship for a very long time, and many a times it happens that they fall short of the fruits and vegetables which are going to give them vitamin C. So what happens is that the sailors' gums start bleeding, okay, due to the deficiency of this vitamin C. And that's why you are supposed to have vitamin C in your diet. Okay, otherwise you are going to have this bleeding of gums. And again, as I told you, vitamin C helps in healing your wounds. So whenever you fall down and get hurt, you get wounds and cuts here and there. So after a few days, you notice that the wounds have healed. Okay, healed by their own. So that is possible because of the vitamin C. So that is why you should eat more of vitamin C rich food. Now next we are going to proceed on with vitamin D. Now the sources of vitamin D are sunlight, which is a natural source of vitamin D, milk, eggs, butter, fish, cod liver oil. Okay, and the functions of vitamin D are it is required for healthy bones and for the teeth. Okay, they are going to make your bones and your teeth strong and healthy. So vitamin D, the natural source of vitamin D is sunlight, and vitamin D helps in the absorption of calcium. Very important, children, remember this. If you don't take vitamin D along with calcium, then calcium is not going to be absorbed by your body. Okay, it's the vitamin D which helps in the absorption of calcium in your bones and in your teeth. Okay, remember this. And sunlight is the natural source of vitamin D. That's why you would have seen that the newborn babies, they are kept outside in the sunlight. They are, after getting them a good oil massage, they are often exposed to the sunlight. Why? So that from the sunlight they get the vitamin D, which is going to make their bones and teeth stronger, because they are newborn. Their bones aren't that much stronger and their teeth have not come out yet. So that's why they are kept out in the sunlight in order to absorb the vitamin D naturally from the sun, which is going to make their bones and teeth stronger. Okay, we are going to proceed on with the minerals. Now minerals, they are also required in small quantity just like the vitamins. And the examples of minerals are calcium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, etc. etc. Why I have written over here? Because there are many other minerals present in the food items. But here we are going to focus only on these few minerals, that is calcium, phosphorus, iron and iodine. So let us first see what is the role of calcium and what are its sources. So the sources of calcium are milk, green leafy vegetables. So if you drink more of milk and consume green leafy vegetables, then it is going to give you calcium. And the functions of calcium are same as that of vitamin D. It is required for keeping our bones and teeth healthy and strong. So vitamin D helps in the absorption of calcium, and both have the same function, that is they are required for making our bones and teeth healthy and strong. Now moving on with phosphorus, and the sources of phosphorus are milk, egg, fish, green vegetables, pulses. Okay, so from these foods you are going to derive phosphorus. And what are its functions? It is also required for healthy bones and teeth. So vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus, all of these have got the same function. Now vitamin D is a vitamin, okay, and calcium and phosphorus, these are the minerals which keeps our bone and teeth healthy. Okay, now moving on with iron, and the sources of iron are pulses, nuts, spinach, beans and apples. So very important children, remember at least 2-3 sources of each of these vitamins and minerals. Now functions, what are the importance of these iron or this mineral? So iron is required for the formation of hemoglobin in our blood. Now children, what is hemoglobin? So hemoglobin is the pigment which gives our blood the red color. Okay, so it is a pigment which keeps our blood red, and it is also required for the transportation of oxygen in our blood. Okay, so hemoglobin is a very important component of your body, of your blood. And iron is helping in the formation of this hemoglobin. So if you have iron deficiency, then you are going to be deficient. Your body is going to be deficient in the production of hemoglobin. Iron also protects our body from infections. So if you need to protect your body from the various infections, then you should consume more of iron-rich food. Now next, we are going to see the mineral, that is iodine. So the sources of iodine are the iodized table salt. Now salt, nowadays they are mixed with iodine. Earlier times what used to happen children, many people used to have their throats getting enlarged or their throats getting swelled up. And that was due to the deficiency of iodine. So what the Indian government started doing is, they started mixing iodine with our salt, because we all consume salt daily, giving it in our food, we consume it daily. That's why the government decided to mix the iodine with the salt, so that we can avoid the inflammation of our throat. Okay, and that's a disease which is called as goiter. Okay, so in order to avoid goiter, we should start taking more of iodized salt. Okay, and apart from that, seafoods like your fish and prawns. Okay, there are various fishes which are found in the sea, saltwater fishes. So if you consume them, and if you can consume prawns, so you're not going to find deficiency of iodine in your body. The functions of iodine are, it is necessary for your normal growth, and apart from that, it is going to help you develop your body.
Listen to this carefully. Roughage. Roughage is the fiber present in the food. We get it mainly from fruits, vegetables, pulses and whole grains. Fiber does not provide any nutrient to our body. However, it helps our body to get rid of undigested food. It also helps us to avoid overeating. Roughage is therefore a very important part of our food.
And that's why we consume salads along with our food items. So if you consume more of salads, it is not going to make you fat, but it is going to help you to avoid overeating. Okay, now if you eat salad, you will feel that your stomach is already a bit full, so you're going to eat less, and that's how you're not going to put on more weight. And that's why people who try to reduce their weight, they eat more of salads.
Water is essential for our body to function properly. Water helps in digestion of food and absorption of nutrients in our body. It also helps in throwing out wastes from the body. We should drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. Balanced diet. Different nutrients perform different functions in our body and help us to stay healthy. Absence of any one of the nutrients may cause a disease. All nutrients are not available in any one food item. For example, sugar contains carbohydrates but does not contain fats, proteins, or minerals. Fruits and vegetables contain vitamins and minerals, but lack proteins and fats. Sometimes children are in the habit of avoiding some food items. Over the years, a particular nutrient then remains missing from their diet. This can affect their growth and proper functioning of the body. We should therefore always take a diet which contains all the nutrients in appropriate amounts. It should also contain a good amount of roughage and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. People need different amount of nutrients according to their age and the work they do. For growing children, it is very important to have a diet that contains more of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Old people who are not very active need less energy. They therefore need less of carbohydrates and fats.
Okay, now children, I hope you have understood the chapter very well. So let us proceed on with solving the exercises of your book. So the first one that we are going to see is the fill in the blanks. Okay. So the first question is, carbohydrates and fats are the nutrients which provide dash to our body. So it is the energy to our body. Second, foodstuffs containing dash are called body building foods. So the foodstuffs containing proteins are called the body building foods. Children, please do not make any errors in the spelling. Okay. Third, dash and dash are sources of vitamin C. So there are various examples given in your book regarding the sources. So I have written here any two. So you can write any two of your wish. So orange and lemon are sources of vitamin C. Fourth, we can get dash from the iodized salt. So what do we get from the iodized salt? So it is iodine. Fifth, roughage in our diet helps our body to get rid of dash food. So which food? Undigested food. Now, true or false? So the first one is, all nutrients are important for our body, which is absolutely true. Our food should include more than one source of protein, which is again true. Third, our body needs vitamin C for healthy bones and teeth, which is false because we need vitamin D for healthy bones and teeth. Fourth, a balanced diet need not contain all the nutrients, which is false because balanced diet, the name only suggests it should contain all the nutrients in correct amount. Fifth, all old people who are not very active should eat more of fats and carbohydrates, which is false. Since they are old and they are not very active, so they should eat less of fats and carbohydrates. Okay, now moving on with the tick the correct option. So the first question is, calcium, iron, phosphorus are examples of what? They are examples of minerals. Second, protective foods are needed by our body for C, health. Okay, now, third question. A person doing a lot of physical work needs more of what? He or she needs more of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates is going to give the energy to do that physical work. Fourth, sugar contains mainly what? Carbohydrates, because sugar is a source of carbohydrates. Now next question. The vitamin that helps us to have good eyesight is the first one, vitamin A. Now next, moving on with the question and answers. First, answer the following questions in brief. Name the nutrients present in energy-giving foods. So the nutrients present in energy-giving foods are carbohydrates and fats. So children, take a screenshot of all these question and answers, and you can refer to them if you haven't been given these materials already from your school. State the main role of proteins for our body. So the answer is proteins help our body to grow and repair the worn out tissues. Now third, name 2 food items obtained from animals that are good sources of proteins. So the answer is the 2 food items obtained from animals that are good sources of proteins are milk and eggs. Now fourth, name 2 minerals that are required for healthy bones and teeth. Also mention 1 food source that contains both of them. Now children, here are 2 parts of question being asked in this question. So that's why I would suggest you that for this type of questions, you can change the paragraph for the second part of the answer. Like here, the 2 minerals that are required for healthy bones and teeth are calcium and phosphorus. Now I have changed the paragraph and written the next part of the question's answer, which is milk contains both calcium and phosphorus. Now moving on with the next question. Why are vitamins and minerals called protective foods? So vitamins and minerals are called protective foods because these nutrients protect our body from diseases and keep us healthy. Now next, answer the following questions. First, what are nutrients? Why are they necessary for our body? So here also there are 2 parts in this question. So the first part of this question's answer is nutrients are substances present in the food. And the second part of the question's answer, I've changed the paragraph for that and written, they provide us energy, help us grow, keep us healthy, disease-free and strong. Next question, why should we eat a balanced diet? Answer, all nutrients are not available in any one food item. For example, sugar contains carbohydrate but does not contain fats, proteins or minerals. When a particular nutrient remains missing from the diet, it can affect the growth and proper functioning of the body. Therefore, we should eat a balanced diet. Third, why is it advisable to eat food items like whole fruits, salads and whole grains? Answer, it is advisable to eat food items like whole fruits, salads and whole grains because it helps our body to get rid of undigested food. It also helps us to avoid overeating. Fourth question, why do we say that water is essential for proper functioning of our body? Answer, water is essential for our body to function properly because it helps in digestion of food and absorption of nutrients in our body. It also helps in throwing out waste from the body. Now the last question. Old people need less of proteins, carbohydrates and fats than young children. Justify this statement. Now this is a single question, children, so no need to change the paragraph. So the answer is old people who are not very active need less of energy. They therefore need less of carbohydrates, fats and proteins than young children. So you can give a double ending line after this because this completes your chapter. So I hope this chapter is clear to you now, and regarding any doubts you can clarify to me in the comment section. I will try to reply you back as soon as I can. So if you find this video useful, then please give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. And take care and study well.